Hello, hello, everyone. Spectre Heart here, and today we're going to be doing some Genshin Impact today. Specifically, we're going to be catching up in some story quests, specifically the Dainsleif quest line. So without further ado, let's go ahead and talk to Kathleen. Catherine, it's been a while.
Perfect. It's you two. I have a commission here that has your names written all over it. In fact, I'd even go so far as to say you're the only ones for the job.
Oh, that's not suspicious at all.
The only ones for the job? Huh. If our help is really that important, it's probably some Archon class commission, right?
You have no idea, Paimon. Yeah, never heard that classification before. But sure, we're happy to take this on. Which Archon do you need us to deal with today?
The Adventurers Guild doesn't employ that kind of classification system.
Liar.
In fact, this commission is also probably not nearly as intimidating as what you're expecting.
So what I'm hearing is that it won't be, too heavy in like the fighting potentially, or won't get too cray-cray. At least compared to previous quests.
All it asks us to do is to find a missing person.
Oh, is that all? No, it's not like we're trying to find a needle in a haystack here or anything.
Huh? Then why did you say we were the only ones for the job?
I came across this commission while reviewing our backlog not too long ago. It seems simple, but our records indicate that over a dozen successive efforts to complete it have all ended in failure, despite attempts by several accomplished and renowned adventurers.
Interesting.
With the reputation of the Adventurers Guild and the performance of the Sumeru branch at stake, it's in our best interest to assign this commission to the adventurer with the highest completion rate over the past few years.
Ah, okay.
Well, that's us for sure.
Flattery will get you everywhere with Paimon. That and also money and food. I can't guarantee we'll be able to complete it either. Yep, never assume, as they always say.
All I'm asking is for you to give it your best shot.
Well, we could certainly at least do that.
If it proves to be beyond your capabilities as well, I'll talk to the commissioner about canceling the commission.
Okay, so who are we looking for? And what is it about this commission that's made it so hard to complete?
This commission was jointly issued by the residents of Vimara Village. They say one of their own villagers has gone missing.
Okay.
But the problem is, they don't know the missing person's name. They can only provide information about his general appearance.
Interesting. So was this person incognito, or they just didn't, talk to the local community?
They're all from the same village, but they don't even know his name? If so many adventurers have failed to complete this commission, maybe this missing villager doesn't exist at all. Could it be some sort of a prank or something?
I don't know about a prank, but the fact that you say it doesn't exist at all, so it could again be some sort of, secret identity of some kind or false identity.
Unlikely. Several villagers came by to issue the commission, and judging by their appearance and tone of voice, they seemed incredibly sincere. It certainly didn't seem like a joke to them.
So to them, this person was real.
Besides, putting up a commission requires a processing fee. There aren't many upsides to a prank that costs Mora to carry out.
It would be a little strange.
In any case, it would probably be best to go to Vimara Village and ask around first. The Adventurers Guild does have some information on hand, but I would say anything you can learn directly from the villagers would be far more reliable. The best way to avoid misdirection is to go to the source.
Alright, makes sense.
Alright then, let's go! I'm starting to get really curious about this whole thing.
Alright then, onwards then. Bedtime story activates. Alright, let's see here. Oh, okay, that's this village actually. I didn't realize. So let's go ahead, let's go from a high vantage point and then glide our way back down. Whee!
We made it to Vimara Village! Why don't we talk to some of the villagers to learn a little bit more about the missing guy? If this commission is really as challenging as Catherine made it out to be, We're gonna need to carry out a very detailed investigation.
Well, looks like we have to talk to a very specific person, it looks like, as opposed to talking to everyone in the vicinity. So, Bahram. They seem to be over there. Hello, good sir. I have a couple questions for you.
Hello there. You looking to buy something? I do business in this area.
Oh, no, we're adventurers. Catherine sent us to look into a commission here in Vimara Village.
Ah, so you're here about that then. Ah, you're not the first, that's for sure. We've certainly made a lot of trouble for you all. To be honest, we aren't holding out much hope. Many adventurers have made their way out here, confident they'd be able to help us, only to leave soon after with nothing to show for their efforts.
Interesting. Why so quickly?
We've pretty much had it up to here in questions, and the area around the village has practically been overturned in search of clues. But no one has been able to make any headway.
Maybe something that potentially was easily overlooked?
So, this person we're looking for, what's his name? Where did he live? Does he have any relatives?
I don't know. I really have no clue. I couldn't tell you.
It almost sounds like the resident was maybe an Aranaru, potentially.
Okay.
Just with the way
Guess
the memory
you're really
is.
sick of answering questions.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to sound short with you. I was actually just giving you my answer to your questions.
Yeah, so those 3 questions are no-go then. Is there anything else you can tell us specifically?
I know it may seem like we don't have anything to offer by way of information, but I promise you, we all have a very strong impression of him. When you live in the same village as someone, you develop a lot of memories together, you know?
Yep. Key phrase there,
We
memories.
just don't know the specifics. Maybe we did at one point, but that information is long gone by now. At least that's what everyone in the village seems to think. We've all exchanged what we know, and that was the only logical conclusion.
Alright, specifics aside then, what kind of person was he?
Young guy, in his early 20s probably. Incredibly kind sort of person, always willing to lend a helping hand.
Okay.
I'd chat with him when I didn't have any customers. I even saw him stick out his neck for others on more than one occasion. Very interesting guy, that one.
Now that you've started talking about him, you don't seem nearly as down in the dumps as you did before. Seems like he left a pretty good impression on you.
But of course, everyone in the village is pretty fond of him. We wouldn't have issued that commission otherwise. There aren't many young people like him nowadays, so genuine and pure. To think that he just up and disappeared one day. I just hope nothing bad happened.
Could he have just moved away without telling anyone?
Considering the strong impression he had on everyone, I can't imagine.
No, he's not the type to leave without saying goodbye.
Exactly.
And anyway, moving away without being seen by a single person in the village? There's no way he would have been able to manage that.
Huh. Alright, thanks for the information. We're gonna go ask around some more.
Do you perhaps at least remember where he lived specifically, so maybe we can take a look at his residence? Maybe be able to find some clues. Maybe he didn't actually leave the village. Maybe there's like some secret underground basement or something. Yeah, at least that's usually how things like this go. Yeah, let's just go ahead.
One with nature.
Go up, across, and there we go. Ooh, that's a big radius there for this to activate.
It's that guests I hear.
It is indeed.
Grandpa Amadea, we're here to help you look for the guy that's gone missing.
Amadea.
Ah, so that's what brings you to these parts. Coming all this way for our sake. That's so very kind of you. With your help, I trust that young man's case is in good hands.
Could you tell us a bit about him?
Of course. I'm happy to help any way I can.
All right.
With my failing eyesight, I'm afraid I can't offer much about his appearance. But I do remember hearing the sound of his voice. Not recently, of course. That loss has left me feeling quite empty. I don't think his parents are still living in the village. But somehow he never seemed lonely. In fact, he was usually the one offering companionship to others.
Interesting.
He would often take time to visit the elderly or play with the orphans in the village. And whenever someone had something on their mind, he was there to listen with open ears. He always knew just what to say.
It sounds like he was the one that's lonely, always in being in other people's company specifically. Always keeping themselves busy, almost like they're trying to keep their mind off of something.
As the village chief, I owe him many thanks. Helping villagers navigate difficult moments in their lives should have been one of my responsibilities. But he was often the one rising to the occasion.
Wow. He seems like such a nice and gentle person. No wonder his disappearance affected you all so much. But, you wouldn't happen to know any details about his name, address, or family situation, right?
I'm ashamed to admit it, but I just can't remember. No matter how you look at it, I should know those things. But for some reason, no matter how hard I try to remember, the information just doesn't come. Perhaps my age really has caught up with me this time.
Again, like the RNO, it's more along the lines of like the memory of that information was taken from you, almost.
It's okay. There's no need to force yourself to try and remember. We'll figure something out.
Ooh, that's an interesting
Well,
perspective.
Trevor, what do you think?
Yep, there's definitely more to this case than meets the eye. A lot of things aren't adding up. Yep.
Paimon thinks so too. Like, the name thing. It's so weird that no one remembers his name.
Exactly. Someone that's leaving that big of an impression and no one can remember this person's name. It's more, this is more than just someone having a false personification,
And nobody has been able to tell us anything about his family or where he lived. It's like this guy's been erased from reality or something.
Almost reminds us of a certain wanderer in particular. I would say it's more like he's someone who only exists in people's memories.
Wait, so you're saying it's not that he's been erased, necessarily, but more like he never existed to begin with? Okay, Paimon's gonna need some time to process that one. Someone who only exists in people's memories?
It would be like what happened with Greater Lord Rukadavada? Like some sort of mass alteration of people's memories? Exactly.
You two are the adventurers who just arrived, right? You're here for the Vimara Village Commission?
We are, yes. Who are you?
Yep, sure are. We were just looking into the case.
I'm so glad to hear that. Thank goodness you haven't given up. I've been so worried the Adventurers Guild might cancel our commission.
Well, they are thinking of it.
My name is Atosa, by the way. I grew up here in Vimara Village. Anyway, I just wanted to say, please keep searching for a missing villager. I'm begging you. You have to find him.
I'm sure we'll track him down. We'll certainly try our best. Yeah, I don't want to make any false promises. We'll certainly at least give it our good golly, handshake.
Yeah, no need to worry. We'll give it our best shot. So, were you close to the missing villager? Are there any leads you can give us?
I'm not sure this counts as a lead, but follow me. There's a place I'd like to show you.
Oh, a particular location. Let's see. How far away is it? It's not too far, it looks like.
There's no rush. I'll have another talk.
Do. Let's see. Looks like over here. Hi, Seely.
Is this the place? Under this tree?
Yep. I know it doesn't look like much, but this place is very meaningful to me. It's so full of memories. We used to always sit together under this tree and talk. Sometimes we would look up at the clouds in the sky, or stop to feel the wind against our skin. We could sit there for hours at a time, never realizing how long it had been. I was actually adopted by the people of Vimara Village. The forest rangers found me in the woods as a child.
Aw.
I was surrounded by such good people, and growing up in the village was so lively. Still, there were times when I couldn't help but feel incredibly alone.
Alone?
How should I put it? When something's bothering you, or when you have good news to share, you always want to talk about it with somebody. But for the longest time, I didn't know who I could talk to, or if I should say anything at all.
Oh, I know this feeling all too well. Especially if they're, someone you want to talk to about it, but they don't share the same interests as you. And so it just kind of, becomes a one-sided conversation. Or a lot of times you just get a, ooh, interesting, and that's really about it. It's hard to talk to people, when it comes to that sort of thing.
Everyone has their own problems to deal with. Even if I might want to confide in others, I don't want to become a burden.
Yeah, I get what you mean. That's what family is for.
Really? You know exactly how I feel?
Yep. Used to have someone like that, a family member that I could talk to no matter what. But now I have a lot of friends who understand me and would be happy to hear me out.
Aww.
Easy.
Wow, that sounds really nice. You're quite lucky. When it comes to our missing villager, well, I guess you could say that to me. He felt like both a family member I could rely on and a friend who could really understand me. No matter what came my way, I knew I could always talk to him. He was so thoughtful and pure, and patient too. Whenever I talked to him, he would always seem so interested, as if the things I was describing were just as important to him as they were to me. Ever since he disappeared, there's been so much I wanted to tell him. No, none of those things matters now. I just really want to see him again.
Wow. You two must have been really close.
Almost like soulmates.
Did he ever tell you anything about himself?
He mostly just talked about interesting things he saw around the village. He'd share a lot of his own wild ideas as well.
Oh, wild ideas, you say? Do tell.
Oh, right! I did ask him about his parents once. But all he said was, they're not here anymore.
Okay, so they've passed on.
I didn't know whether that meant they had left the village or passed away, and I didn't want to pry.
Still not much to go off of.
Look at me. Talking your ear off and still nothing to show for it. I'm sorry I wasn't more help.
Don't say that. You did actually, help to give us a better understanding of him, actually. The person's personality, I would like to hear about more of the wild ideas to get more of an idea what kind of interest this person had.
The last time I talked this much in one go was when we were still together. Come to think of it, every time we talked, it always seemed to be around dusk. Just like right now.
Interesting. Around dusk specifically. I wonder why.
Time always passed by really slowly. Even when it felt like we'd been talking for hours, the sun would still be at the same position in the sky.
Really? Considering the fact this is in Sumeru, could this person have been in a dream, actually?
Well, time always seems to pass slower when you're relaxed, right? What's wrong, Traveler?
It was always the same time of day, and time never seemed to pass. Based on what we've learned, this is definitely not a regular missing persons case. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this sounds like this person resided in... There's like everyone's dreams. What Atosa just told us about time could be the key to unraveling this whole mystery.
Hey, look at those hilly trails over there. Doesn't it seem like they're acting a little strange?
What's going on? Oh, is that an Abyss Mage up there? It is.
The Abyss Order. Could they be the ones behind all of this? Uh-oh, we've been spotted! Quick, get ready to fight!
Alright then, time to take down some Abyss member.
Let's dance.
Let's get rid of this barrier.
Laid bare. The wind knows it.
Speed of light!
Witness my rise.
There we go, takes care of that.
Let the show begin. Go, Barbara!
Get rid of the barrier, then group you all together. There we go, alright.
Thank you so much. I wasn't expecting monsters to show up. If you hadn't been here, I'm not sure what I would have done.
Well, why would they be here in the first place, though? And especially at this particular time, like you said, the only time you've ever talked to that one particular person. Is it possible that the Abyss, Order is looking for this person? That seems to be my guess, at least.
It was no trouble.
The question we'll be asking now is, what is the Abyss Order doing around here?
Now that I think about it, the hilly trolls around Vimara Village have been a lot more active lately.
Oh, a spike in activity, you say? Would you say this would correspond to the person that went missing?
They seem agitated and would often attack anything in sight. Chief Amadea doesn't allow the children to play in the area around the village anymore.
Makes sense.
Maybe the Abyss Order really is involved.
Or maybe they're the aftermath.
Well, we should head back and check out the situation in Vimara Village just in case. If the Abyss Order is plotting something, that could spell trouble for the villagers.
Ooh, right into the next cutscene, it looks like.
The person... It's Dainsleif!
The masked hero Dainsleif has arrived.
Ah, it's you two.
Oh lord, he really reminds me of Tuxedo and Mask back in the day.
Oh, a friend of yours?
Yep, a good one.
Well, I'll leave you all to it then. I should head back to the village and check up on Chief Amadea and the others anyway. See you later.
Oh, come on, you can be more of a main character if you stick with us. Come on, come back.
See you later, Atosa!
No. Gosh darn it.
Why do you always have to pop up out of nowhere like that? Is it your life's mission to jump scare us or something?
That would really be called a jump scare, personally.
It's hardly personal, or intentional for that matter. As long as you and I are both in pursuit of the Abyss Order, we're bound to cross paths.
Yes, and when are you going to be pullable already? You need to be pullable, Dainsleif. You've been, around since the beginning of the game. I want to pull for you at some point.
Ah, so you're here to investigate the Abyss Order then. That would explain the monsters you were fighting just now.
Naturally. Hold on. Are you not here for the same purpose?
Not exactly. Yeah, we're also on their tail, but I'll admit we ran into them on an accident. Yeah, this was a bit of more of an accidental, cross.
No matter. It may have taken you a while to catch on, but I'm sure you've also realized by now that there's something strange about this place.
There is indeed, yes.
The Abyss Order is most certainly planning something in this area. Or worse, their plan could already be in motion.
So you think the Abyss Order is behind the hilly trail activity in the area?
As things stand, I highly doubt that is their primary motive. I would imagine the increased hilly trail activity is merely a byproduct of whatever it is they're really trying to accomplish.
Still, the hilichurl activity is causing a lot of problems for the people here. We should stick around for a while and protect the village, don't you think?
The best way to protect them is by figuring out what the Abyss Order is truly planning. That is how we prevent further tragedy.
Well, let's see what more we can learn from the villagers, and after that, you also owe us many, many, many answers.
And you shall have them. I never intended to hide anything from you.
I don't believe you.
Don't worry. There should be ample time to talk.
Probably over tea. Or coffee. Or soda. If they even have soda. Specifically, I would prefer seltzer water, actually. Return to the village, gather intel. That goes way too quickly. Ooh, a full moon, it looks like.
Ah. So that was the commission that brought you here to Vimara Village. Someone who seems to only exist in people's memories. That is indeed quite intriguing. I would agree that it's unlikely you have a simple missing persons case on your hands. However, any possible connection to the Abyss Order is still unclear. It appears all we have by way of clues is increased hilichurl activity, and that is certainly not much to go off of.
True. But besides that, we'll set that aside for the time being, put a pin on that. Well then, how about the intel you promised me?
Right! That mysterious voice he heard in his sister's memory. The one who called himself a sinner. Who is he?
Oh yeah, this is good. God, that was a while ago too. This is kind of a nice way to recap a little bit.
Traveler, let me ask you this. Do you believe your sibling to have betrayed you?
It certainly kind of seems like it in a way, but I feel like there's more to this than meets the eye. I want to have faith in her.
I sense hesitation in your words. After all, you still haven't figured out the whole truth of what happened. There's still hope for the two of you to reconcile. Irreparable damage has not yet been done. The sinner you wish to know about, his situation is different. He and his fellow sinners have long betrayed me, and long betrayed their nation. His name is Vedrfolnir, the Visionary.
Vedrfolnir. I am not going to remember that.
I'm loath to admit it, but he is also my kin, my older brother.
Oh.
Your brother?
What happened between the two of you? What really happened in Conria back then? Yeah, I want to know about that specifically.
There were 5 of them. The 5 sinners of Conria. The wise Roptatir. The visionary Vedrfolnir. Gold Rhine
Wait. Rhine-daughter.
The foul Sertologi. And Rehir of Solnari, Rerir.
Wait, the foul? Like the foul legacy? Oh, hold the phone.
No matter how eroded my memory may become, I will never forget their names. One day, I shall have my vengeance.
Wait, some of those names sound really familiar. Rhine-daughter is the one who created Albedo. Sertologi is Skirk's master.
Okay, good. My memory isn't that, bad.
And the one we just learned about, Dane's brother, Vedrfolnir. If he was the voice of the sinner, then the one who inspired Clotar to create the Abyss Order was him.
Wait, that was the voice that we heard from the crystal? Somehow everything is connected. If that's true, then the stone slates we found in that ruined fontaine, the ones that outlined Fontaine's prophecy, that was likely Vedrfolnir's doing as well.
They were once people of great esteem in Conria. Those who carried the hopes of the nation. They were the best of their peers, outstanding in their respective fields. 6 of us, together. We should have been the ones to prevent the disaster. The ones to stop the Vinster King from continuing to rock the foundation of the world.
The Vinster King.
Yet, deep within, the 5 of them craved something more. They could not resist the call of the abyss, and divided among themselves a power that could destroy the world.
Oh. And is that why Celestia came down, was to stamp out, what was going on with them in the abyss?
So they became sinners, but also transcendent beings, each in possession of world-shattering power. And when the cataclysm occurred, not one of them stood up in defense of their nation. Not one came forward to prevent the tragedy, and for that, they shall never have my forgiveness.
Then, my sibling came into contact with your brother specifically.
Indeed. If they are not stopped, the day is sure to come when they will also betray the entire world.
It must be hard to talk about all of this. But thank you for telling me.
Of course. As I said, I never intended to hide anything from you.
So, Dane, what have you been looking into all this time?
I've continued to investigate the questions surrounding the Loom of Fate. It's been quite some time since the initial operation was launched. By retrieving the eye of the first field tiller, we were able to stop part of their plan from coming to fruition.
Or at the very least, halt it temporarily.
Oh, Paimon remembers! Weren't they going to use it to corrupt Osial and make a god or something?
Indeed. However, it's obvious that was just some sort of technical experiment. The eye was integral to their plan, yet somehow, despite failing to obtain it, they've skipped the experimental phase and found some other way to keep moving forward.
Like they're working with someone.
There are many signs pointing to that effect.
Then, what should we do? It's not too late, is it?
Our most pressing concern is to determine the purpose of the Loom of Fate. From there, we'll be able to deduce the Abyss Order's true objective. Based on the intel I've gathered so far, I suspect the Loom of Fate is related to the ley lines in some way.
The ley lines?
Interesting. Is it like the ley lines are going to become like one massive magic circle of some kind?
Traveler, you were able to observe your siblings' memories last time, yes? I believe that was due to the fact that the ley lines in that area were unstable. My recent investigation has shown that Abyss Order activity in a particular area is usually followed by a series of issues with the ley lines.
And one of the things that flows through the ley lines are Are they looking for something in particular? Are they looking for these memories as well? Are they looking for something in particular, though? That's the question.
Wait, then our commission here in Vimara Village. The person who seems to exist only in people's memories. Could it be connected?
Oh, it's most certainly connected. Memories, ley lines, the Loom of Fate, the missing person that doesn't seem to exist. What's the connection between all
It's
this?
certainly possible. I'll join your investigation tomorrow. This missing persons case could very well turn out to be the key to unraveling these mysteries.
Well, if we're teaming up with Dane again, we're gonna need all the energy we can get. Let's try investigating somewhere a little further away tomorrow.
Transitional time. Oh, I didn't even have to activate the Paimon clock.
Oh, so tired.
You're loud.
Paimon used way too much brain juice yesterday. It's all Dane's fault saying all that complicated stuff.
Mainly all the names. I didn't sleep well either. My head's a mess. Yeah. I can't sleep either.
Well, let's go find Dane. We've got a lot to do today.
Well, hopefully he didn't disappear on us. Now just imagine a Paimon clock. Oh man, that would be horrifying. Alright, let's see here. Ah, you're still here.
Dane? Hello, Dane? Why are you just zoning out over here?
Notice something?
Did something happen?
What's wrong, Dane?
The missing person from your commission. Could you describe them to me?
Not necessarily.
Oh, young guy? Early 20s? Seriously, Dane, what's going on?
Is it going to end up being you or your older brother or something?
There appear to be certain memories in my mind that aren't there before.
Ah, I think I figured it out already. It appears that it's possible that it's not that the residents know this person in particular, it's that the ley lines are, something's happening with the ley lines and it's causing it to affect people's memories. So it's possible that this person did exist, just not at this current present time, and this was someone in the past. At least that's my current working theory at the moment.
Memories of him.
Yeah, I'm almost positive that these memories are of your older brother.
Maybe we just talked too much about him yesterday and you had a weird dream or something?
Oh, Paimon now.
No, it wasn't a dream. They're memories. Memories that suddenly appeared in my mind after I woke up.
And it would make sense that the Abyss Order would be here then because of these memories.
And I'm certain I've never met this person before.
Oh, okay, so not someone you've met. Okay, so that scratches that out. You know, but it's definitely probably memories from the ley line, specifically affecting people. But what exactly did you remember exactly?
I remember handing him the eye of the first field tiller.
Oh?
What? Okay, so this missing person definitely has something to do with the Abyss Order then!
Indeed. And it appears he possesses the ability to implant memories into the minds of others.
Oh, that's not creepy at all.
Wait then. All the memories the villagers have of him, could they be fake too? Maybe they never knew him at all.
Okay, interesting.
But why would he do something like that?
Whatever the Abyss Order is planning, an important truth has been revealed to us this morning.
What sort of truth?
That their goal is still to obtain the eye of the first field tiller. They haven't stopped searching for it. I am the only person who knows its location. Perhaps implanting that particular memory was an attempt to interfere with my mind in some way.
Is the eye still safe? What if that memory is real? Oh, and I see what's going to happen here is it's going to start making us second guess what's going on. It's going to make us go to where the eye is, and in turn, someone's going to swoop in and snatch it from us.
Your concerns are not entirely unfounded. I don't believe the Abyss Order is capable of altering reality like that just yet.
The fact that you had to say yet is worrisome.
However, considering their single-minded pursuit of the eye, I would say an equal level of caution is in order on our part.
I don't know.
Come with me. We must check whether the eye is still in our possession.
Oh, so you're going to take us to where you hid it?
What if someone... Yep, exactly. Someone follows us. If we go straight there and someone is on our tail, are we just exposing the eye's location? Thank you! Maybe that's the reason the Abyss Order implanted that memory. Yes! Thank you! So then, if we know that they know that we know that they, you know, that they are tracking us, then maybe we can lead them and pretend, you know, could we go to a false location to make them come out of hiding? Given what I know of them, yep, he's already thought of that possibility. Seemed like he might already have a plan. Yep. Lead the way, Dane.
Of course.
Alright, off we go, and it doesn't seem like it's that far. Oh, wait, it's a lot farther than I expected. Alright, let's go ahead and let's go to this waypoint. Now, over by the nearby the crater, it seems. Running, 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 and cutscene.
So you hid it way out here? Not an easy place to discover, that's for sure.
Oh, we about to enter a dungeon? Now, if we're about to enter a dungeon, that means, mini bosses, and cutscenes galore.
Well, let's go check to see if it's safe.
Anyone
Traveler,
following us?
Wait.
Notice someone? Oh.
We've no
Is that
time to
a-
lose. Let's head inside.
That felt like there was a memory shift there. What was he gonna tell me just now?
Hey, wait up!
And I'm curious on how he's being affected. Place of revelation. Sure, just a normal name for a regular place. Place of revelations. I wonder if we're gonna learn something interesting. Oh dear lord. Alright, looks like we have all the necessary elemental configurations here. Just as long as I don't need someone with a ranged attack. Alright, into the dungeon we go. Memories that should not exist. Yeah, actually, if I recall correct, it's actually kind of interesting that this is connected to the, crater here. Because I think the last Dainsleif quest that we had, at least as far as I can remember, was down here in the crater as well. It really makes me wonder, when I see old architecture like this, of what this place used to look like in its heyday. Maybe it used to be above ground before it was consumed by earthquakes. It makes me think of the people that built this place. How long it must have taken them, only for this to be the current result. It really makes you wonder and think. This place certainly has a grandiose feel. And then, of course, then you have all the statues. Half of their heads are missing. For people that may have been a lot more recognizable, it's now completely featureless. Well, enough introspective at the moment. And then... Okay, the fact that there are burning candles in here, showcasing on... There's probably someone currently here. Unless Dainsleif just left all these, candles lit for some reason. It sets the ambience, And, looks like we have some company, it seems. You all get in here.
Wind knows me. One with nature.
It appears the mechanisms here have changed over time. You can access the upper floor through the side door. Perhaps you should try reactivating the mechanism over there.
Looks like I can't mess with these at the moment. But the fact that the fungi are in here showcases that people or creatures of small stature can slip in through here. And if that's the case, what else has slipped in through here? Hold on, anything below here? I can very easily see them tucking a treasure chest down here. Nope, doesn't look like it. Oh, speaking of treasure chests, there's one right here in this blinding light. Again, with the way the architecture is set up. Interesting. Just imagine that this used to be a workplace, or maybe like some sort of, temple-like place. Can I do damage? Can I do damage? Can I do damage? Come on, come on. And I can do damage.
The wind knows.
Incoming.
Everlasting as the moon.
And you're done. Does this activate back in the main room? To the left, to the left. Interesting. Hold on, before I go down there, is there anything else in the nearby vicinity? Again, so many candles lit up. Like, what's going on there? It looks like down we go.
Make sure all the runes are pointing in the direction indicated by the light. That should unlock the mechanism.
And let's see. Let's just experiment with this. Okay, I can see what's probably going to happen if I do this. Yep. It's one of these puzzles. Alright, let's go ahead. Let's turn you here. I can turn you there. Now, as long as I don't have to have it in a particular position.
Ah, the door's open.
I was going to
Let's
say.
go. Our destination is just up ahead.
Now, a bit of a delay there. I'm actually surprised on how well that went. And again, the fact that someone went so out of their way to destroy all the different heads specifically. It really makes you wonder, for what reason specifically. Was it due to anger, hatred, or maybe to hide? But even in places like this, life continues to bloom. Life finds a way after all. Nah, hold on. I just know the one time I don't check, that's gonna be where they're gonna put a chest. Especially with these little floaty guys around. I can easily see them hiding one. Can I go? Kinda, but it doesn't. Nothing seems to be in there. Oh, the light's so bright. Up, door of resurrection. So that tells me a battle's about to come in. Either that or lots of pitfalls. One or the other. Big open area? No, this looks like more of a mini boss area. So many candles. I swear, where are all the candles coming from?
Looks like we can't go any further.
At least as far as we can see. Come on out.
Be on your guard. I sense the presence of the abyss.
No, really? What a shock. We've been followed? Oh no.
It's the Abyss Order! They're here!
Why do you sound... Paimon, why do you sound so surprised?
Desolation! Laid bare. As one with wind and cloud.
Nowhere to hide.
Overruled. Into the wind.
Almost got you down.
Witness my rise. Laid bare. One with nature. Time to go.
And you're done.
Just as I suspected. The false memories were a trap. The Abyss Order just wanted to follow us here.
Exactly.
Now that they're in the vicinity, we should have a chance to see.
Oh dear lord.
Dane? What's wrong?
Many things.
Can you feel that? There's been a disturbance in the ley lines. It must be the work of the Abyss.
Wow, you must be really sensitive to that sort of thing. Paimon doesn't feel it.
Almost like it's specifically designed to attack you, Dainsleif.
You too. Do as I say. Use that mechanism over there and leave this place.
And then leave you by yourself? You know, I don't know about that.
The Abyss Order is putting something in motion. If you return to Vimara Village, I suspect you might finally have the opportunity to locate the missing villager. Just think of it as a way to divide and conquer.
Alrighty then, well you take care. And are we gonna get a little cutscene of what's gonna happen after we leave? He does have a point. But something still feels off. What am I missing? I feel like this is an intentional thing on the Abyss's part. To divide us. Lay down. Come on out. Someone specifically wanted us out of that room. There's only one person I can think of who would want us out of this room. Yep. There she is.
I knew going along with your trap would be the only way to meet with you face to face.
Hey, why is her sword cooler than mine?
You risked your safety and that of the Eye? That's quite the gamble, Dainsleif. But I believe that I am the one walking into a trap laid by the Twilight Sword.
Twilight Sword.
So you came here all on your own? What about those followers of yours?
When the Twilight Sword is prepared for battle, any army I could send would only be marching to their doom. Better that I face you alone. I know you must have a lot to say, but if it's a conversation you want, you'll have to defeat me first.
I won't lie, I think that would have been a really cool moment to actually have us play as
The Abyss Order's
Dainsleif.
on the move. The ley lines are all out of whack.
Oh, and it looks
We
like
better
we're in
hurry
a
back to Vimara Village and see what's going on.
restricted zone, it looks like.
Hey, look at those hilly trails over there.
They seem strangely calm. Almost like the source of what was agitating them is not around anymore.
Weren't they acting super agitated just a little while ago? Why are they so calm all of a sudden?
Very windy today. Oh, I hear something.
In the New World, they bade farewell to the shrouded sun. At last, they no longer needed to dwell on their suffering, or try to differentiate between various thoughts of blasphemy. Such was the price they paid, and thus their souls became cleansed and pure.
Did you hear that? What was that sound just now?
Oh, Paimon actually heard it this time. It was someone's voice.
Sounded so gentle. Could that voice be comforting the hilichurls in some way? Oh, this is weird. Let's check if this is happening anywhere else.
Wait a second, is this the person in question that we were looking for?
Looks like the same thing is happening over here too. The hilichurls are calm.
You see, we're both still here. We've reclaimed an endless amount of time to love. Release your tears. You no longer need to hold back your sorrow.
Over there. It looks like they're sleeping.
In the end, he whispered softly.
He's reading a bedtime. He's reading a bedtime story.
Sleep well, Father. Sleep well, my beloved people. When you awake, that which differentiates us shall be no more.
It almost sounds like a poem or some kind of story. Well, now that the hilichurls have calmed down, Vimara Village should be safe at least. Let's put this situation to the side for now. Dane said this might be our chance to find the missing villager, so we should head back to Vimara Village before it's too late.
Okay then, onwards we go then. Looks like we're still limited, so I'm gonna forego actually using a teleporter. If I can even use one, that is. If I had one! Well, there's still people in the village. Oh, we're back here again. Well, we all know what to do. Rising up, jump across, and depending how big the... Oh, into the net. Okay, I actually have to instigate the conversation.
Grandpa Amadea, is everyone alright? The Abyss Order seems to be up to something nearby.
Amadea, 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 Grandpa Amadea, Grandpa Amadea.
The Abyss Order? This is the first I'm hearing of it. Thank you for your concern, but as far as I'm aware, it's been business as usual here in the village.
Something feels off.
Well, that's good to hear. Oh, also, you didn't happen to come across any clues about the missing villager while we were gone, did you?
Someone's gone missing, you say?
There it is.
Who would that be?
It's completely gone now from their memories.
Huh?
You don't remember? Things just got even more complicated.
You know, the young guy from Vimara Village. The one you've been looking for all this time. You posted a commission with the Sumeru Adventurers Guild.
Did they, though?
That's kind of the whole reason we're here, actually. Your missing persons commission.
Ah, I do apologize, you two. I hope I'm not worrying you too much. I'm sure it's just my age making me forgetful again.
So it looks like it's completely been wiped from their memories now.
At least right now, I can't seem to recall whatever it is you're referring to. Perhaps you should try asking someone else.
Well, there would be one person I can think of, the young lady.
How is that? All right. Thanks for your help, Grandpa Amadea.
Again, Paimon, why are you so surprised?
Something's definitely not right. We just talked to Grandpa Amadea about the missing villager. There's no way he could have forgotten all about him just like that.
Either that or he needs to retire.
What do you think, Traveler? Could everyone's memories of the missing villager have been erased again?
It's too early to say. Let's check around with the others first.
You're right. We should narrow down the possibilities first. Let's go ask someone else then.
Transition. It's really getting comedic at this point. Looks like we want to go up here. And we're still in the zone, so... Hello!
Someone's gone missing? Who?
And so that's also gone from his memories.
Just as expected. That guy you said a bunch of nice things about earlier? The one you always used to chat with. He's around 20 years old, and you said he was a kind, warm-hearted person?
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Jeff from down the street.
Really? You remember?
There aren't many young people who've earned that kind of praise from me. If you're certain that's what I said, then there's only one person who fits the bill. No doubt about it. But why'd you say he's gone missing?
Oh? Have you seen him recently? Do you know where he went?
I just saw him leave the village. There was someone else with him, too. They couldn't have gone far.
Oh, really? It is dusk, and dusk seems to be sticking around a little bit longer than usual.
Strange. Bayram seems to remember him. And apparently he just saw him?
Like he never was missing in the first place.
Do you think maybe it's not that there's something wrong with people's memories, but that we've somehow returned to a time before he went missing?
Yeah, Dad returning to the past would be that simple, and I don't think with the way it's been described, it's not quite how it works. Yeah, given everything Dane mentioned about disturbances with the ley lines, I'd say it's far more likely this related to memories in some way. I need to think carefully what's really going on. Oh, we're actually doing a detective thing. Alright, let's see here. People have forgotten about the missing person. We've returned to a point before the disappearance took place. We are presently traversing someone's memories.
If this person only exists in people's memories, maybe we're in someone's memory right now. Just like what happened with Greater Lord Rukadevada, no one remembers him, because there's been a change in people's memories. If we really did travel back to a time before he disappeared, that could explain why the villagers said he hadn't gone missing.
People have forgotten about the missing person. We're presently traveling through someone's... Let's try... Well, it definitely seems like they've forgotten that maybe this person wasn't even missing in the first place, but let's choose this one.
Right! Paimon totally forgot about the leyline disturbances. We're in someone else's memory. Just like how you entered your sibling's memory last time. That would also explain why we seem to be at a time before he went missing. It's a memory after all.
If we really are in someone's memory, then this is our chance to find him or find out what happened.
Right. If he's someone who only exists in people's memories, then we're finally on the same turf. But didn't Bayron just say that he saw him leave the village with someone? Where should we go look for him?
Oh, Paimon, you should know where.
Who knows how long this ley line disturbance is gonna last? We might not have that much time, and we don't even know whose memory this is.
Let's go through what we know so far.
Yeah, that'll help us narrow things down. We
Oh, we
pretty much figured out that the missing villager has the ability to
implant memories into the minds of others.
Right! That! Can we try to figure out more about him using what we know of his ability? Like, does it maybe leave a trace that would somehow give him away?
Elemental view? Implanting memories into the minds of others must be an imperfect process. There's no way the new memories could perfectly blend in with the old ones. There has to be some kind of tell. And because I like to hear all of the dialogue...
All the memories seem to be set in or near Vimara village, but I'm still not sure if they're restricted to this location. If time was allowed to pass within the false memories, there's a higher chance they might conflict with someone's original recollection. That would make it much harder to avoid suspicion. There's a difference between memories that arise from lived experiences and those that are implanted into the mind. Perhaps it has something to do with time.
Yeah, that seems to be the factor here. The weakness in a missing person's ability is, yeah, time.
Maybe not. We don't have any way to prove whether certain memories were simply forgotten or never existed in the first place.
No wonder! All this time and the sky hasn't changed a bit! That must mean time isn't passing!
Yeah, because otherwise it would be too conflicting.
That's the tell of the fake memories! The implanted memories are basically taking place outside of the regular 24 hours of the day. If the memories included the regular passage of time, it would be easy for people to tell that something was off. Like there could be overlap or something. People might start to wonder why they remember doing two different things at the same time of day. That's why he makes sure the memories take place at a specific moment in time rather than over a period of time.
If you consider this in conjunction with what we already know, then the question of whose memory this is seems to have an obvious answer. And whose memory is this place? Tosa, Dainsleif, or Amadea? Atosa?
The color of the sky coincides with the moment in time she described.
And because I want to hear the traveler speak more.
Dainsleif had memories implanted into his mind. Could it be that it's happened more than once? We thought Chief Amadea forgot about the missing villager, but it turns out we're at a moment in time before the village issued the commission.
Is it this one? Aha!
Right! That's exactly what Atosa described!
Oh, come to think of it, every time we talked, it always seemed to be around dusk, just like right now. Time always passed by really slowly. Even when it felt like we'd been talking for hours, the sun would still be at the same position in the sky.
That's not suspicious at all.
Yep, that has to be it! This is definitely Atosa's memory.
To the trio.
Yeah, that's where they'll be.
Oh no, what a surprise. I miss the, those little mini-game like, decisions. Now, another thing I liked about the Trials in Fontaine, I liked the interactiveness with the dialogue there. And hello.
So, you see, Granny Jahiet was a mercenary when she was younger. She just talks like that out of habit. She's not trying to scare the children on purpose.
Hold on a second. That better not be who I think it is.
Oh, there I go again. Always talking about my own things. Do you maybe have anything you want to share?
Yes.
It's okay if you don't. You could also just talk about what you think of me?
I think she likes him.
Oh, I think you're an incredibly strong and thoughtful young woman.
Yep, you look like an Abyss Order member.
You'll meet many amazing people and live a very happy life. You won't miss someone like me.
Oh, honey.
Huh? Are those your friends over there?
Yep, we found him. But why does he look kind of familiar?
Oh, right. This version of Atosa hasn't met us yet.
Friends? I guess you could say that. It must have taken them a lot of effort to find me. So, I should see what they need. I'm sorry, Atosa. We'll have to continue this conversation another time.
Another time, huh? Yeah, okay. I'll head back to the village then. Talk to you some other time.
Oh my god, this is so awkward. And also sad at the same time.
It's nice to see you, Traveler. I believe this is the first time we've met.
Factoring in the memories, the Abyss Order, the Loom of Fate, and everything else, I need to think of the one person that can connect all of this together. I want to say to the person on the right specifically, but let's hear all the dialogue first.
The founder of the Abyss Order. The man who broke the curse of immortality. Born into abject sorrow, he shall now become the Loom of Fate. Dane's brother, one of the 5 sinners of Conria. The one who stole the power of the Abyss.
I want to say you.
No, that doesn't seem right. I need to think about this some more.
Wait, hold on. Was it you?
Kari Bear Alberich.
Oh!
Oh. You know me? That's quite the surprise. I don't believe I've met you before.
Yeah, no, it wouldn't make sense. Why would I answer the one on the right with his older brother when we know it's like the giant crystal that we heard? No, why would I think it was this guy? Ignore me. I'm tired. That's why it showcased the wristband there.
Oh, I see. It was the memory, wasn't it? Your sibling's memory. You saw the me from back then. This is Atosa's memory. I came here to say goodbye to her, but I suppose I'll just leave her a message instead. Come, let's find somewhere else to talk.
Yoink! I can't read that. Come on. Give me subtitles. I'm sure someone's already deciphered that on the internet. And we're loading, and we're loading, and we're loading again. Oh, and it disintegrates. Roof of Existence. It's a beautiful place. Peaceful. Floating islands. This would be a lovely place to go on a picnic. Or to sleep underneath. Oh, I love that. Just walking on the water. I love that so much. Plop, 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 plop. Plop. I don't want this to end. Fake flowers and flora. It seems like using his abilities seemed to be taking a toll on him. What is this place?
I suppose you could call it the realm of my consciousness. I'm someone who no longer exists in the real world after all, as you well know.
Yeah, you look quite exhausted.
It's nothing. I still have enough strength to play the part of a good host. I've always hoped that I'd get the chance to talk to you like this, and now, the time has finally arrived.
This is a rare opportunity for me as well. I should try to learn as much information from Caribert as I can. Let's ask, what exactly is the Loom of Fate?
Extreme sorrow and pain. Hope and regret coursing through your veins. And a degree of abyssal power that defies comprehension. Father told me that once I possessed all those elements, I would become the Loom of Fate. But despite his intentions for me, I never truly became the Loom of Fate. I was merely used as a means for its construction. In truth, I died the moment I set everything in motion. The person you see before you now is nothing but a remnant of consciousness left over within the Loom of Fate.
No. Carabird is dead. That's why he no longer exists outside of people's memories.
As for your question, the Loom of Fate is a device capable of weaving ley lines.
Weaving the ley lines.
In its primitive form, it can only be used to create and implant memories. But as more of it is completed, its power becomes stronger and stronger, until finally, it has the power to weave real ley lines of its own.
To what end now?
Once fully completed, the moment it gains the power to weave ley lines, it loses the lower level ability to influence memories. But it also becomes a tool that can change the entire world.
So that was the source of your ability to implant memories?
Yes. I have the ability to control the loom in its semi-completed form. I suppose you can think of it as a form of compensation. After all, its existence cost me my life.
So the memories that suddenly appear in Dane's mind were implanted by Carabird through the half-finished Loom of Fate. That makes sense, but I'm still lost as to why he went so far as to introduce himself to all the residents of Vimara village. Yeah, why did you?
That. I was wrong to implant those memories. I'm sorry I caused so much trouble. Not only for everyone in the village, but for you as well. I just wanted them to feel like I once existed in this world.
You wanted to leave your mark. To show that you had existed.
As if I had a chance at life.
Show that you lived. Does it really count as living?
I know what you must be thinking. Why would I do something so meaningless? But I just couldn't accept it.
Of course not.
I had to know what it would be like if I had my own life. What kind of person I would be. What other people would think of me.
To help the people around you, to make friends, to create bonds with other people, to fall in love.
Chief Ahmadiyya, Baram, Granny Jahiyat, Atosa. What would it be like if I could live alongside them? No cataclysm, no curse. Just a quiet life in a peaceful village. I was curious, so I selfishly tried to have my own life. Even if that meant piecing together the version of myself that could have been. One memory at a time. I know it sounds stupid.
It's not.
After all, my life ended a long time ago. Any chance at living was stripped away from me when I was 8 years old. My consciousness left to mature in an illusory world of nothingness. Even the form you see before you was nothing but an invention based on my father's appearance. An imagined version of what I would look like if I had the chance to grow up.
In the end, this all stems from the tragedy that occurred in Conria back then. You know? Everyone is looking for you.
I know. But there's nothing I can do to make them find me. If I could exist in the real world, I would return without a second thought and surprise them with the suddenness of it all. But, well, that's not possible for me.
As I understand it, even though you only appeared in their memories, your existence was a great comfort to them. They all believe you once lived among them.
I know.
Well, now that I found you, let's continue this conversation some other time. Dane might still need my help.
Captain Dainsleif. Twilight Sword, you mean? No need to meet up with him. Things should already be set.
Oh, whoopsie. Settled.
Exactly. As someone who could only exist in people's memories, the fact that I'm able to talk to you in my consciousness like this can only mean one thing. The Loom of Fate has already been completed.
Oh no. It's already complete. That means the eye of the first field tiller must have fallen into the hands of the Abyss. And of course that means for Dainsleif.
No need to worry about Captain Dainsleif. He's absolutely fine. The only reason he lost the eye was because I happened to guess exactly what he was planning.
Just guessed. That's it. All on a hunch. Of course, that's usually how Of course.
Captain Dainsleif has had the eye inside his body this whole time, hasn't he?
Oh! Well, that would certainly be a good way to hide something that you don't want people to find.
His plan was to lure the Abyss Order to a false location, capitalizing on their pursuit of the eye in order to have the chance to confront the princess.
So he did have that set up in mind, huh?
He would then hand the eye to you and tell you to take it away from that location.
But you made him forget that part.
That way, Captain Dainsleif could accomplish his own goal and ensure the safety of the eye all at once. A very thorough plan.
But he never handed me the eye.
That's right, because in his mind, he had given it to you already.
Yep, he gave Dane a false memory.
Before
You know
you two
when.
entered that false location.
Traveler, wait.
So he was able to do it remotely,
We've no time to lose. Let's head inside.
Yep, when he froze up back then, it was because a false memory was being implanted in his mind. Yep.
That was when I implanted the memory of him handing you the eye. Given the tense situation at that time, Captain Dainsleif failed to notice anything out of the ordinary, and took that memory to be real. I'm sorry, Traveler, but I needed the Loom of Fate to be completed. And to do that, we had to retrieve the eye.
Yep. Now that the Loom of Fate is complete, what are you planning on doing with it?
I promise I'm not trying to conceal anything from you, but I truly have no idea what the princess is planning.
Comforting.
Tevat's ley line system is deeply entrenched in the planet. Creating new ley lines can neither replace nor extend the ones that already exist. In the face of everything they could be planning, I fear I'm too insignificant to even get a glimpse of the bigger picture.
They're trying to find a way to weave new ley lines, and they can't replace or extend what's already in existence. Does that mean what they're trying to do is they're trying to make a brand new planet of some kind? To make a new Tevat? From scratch?
In any case, I had my own use for the Loom of Fate, and my goal, at least, has been achieved.
Your goal?
You remember my father, don't you? Clotar Alberic. I believe you saw him in your sibling's memory.
We did, yes.
After he used the power of the Abyss to restore consciousness to my hilichurl form, I suffered from an indescribable level of mental anguish.
Yeah.
To comfort me, my father told me a story, that this was a fairy tale world where I had to take on the form of a little monster. That story managed to dispel my fears, even if just for a moment. My goal was simple: to use the Loom of Fate in its near-completed form, when its ability to create memories was at its strongest.
To help all the other hilichurls.
To implant a specific memory into the minds of the hilichurls.
To provide them comfort.
In that memory, I would tell them a story, just like my father did for me. was a story of fairy tales and love. But more than anything, it was the story of us.
Yep, the thing that caused the villagers to calm down back when was Carabert's story. So that was his goal. That was the only thing he wanted. Yeah, a device as powerful as the Loom of Fate at his disposal, and all he wanted to do with it was to offer the villagers a moment of comfort and peace.
I can't change the world. Not when I lost the very right to exist within it. Implanting those memories, that was the most worthwhile thing I could offer.
Yep. I think it was very meaningful indeed.
All that's left of my existence is a wisp of residual consciousness tied to the Loom of Fate. In truth, that trace of my consciousness should have dissipated long ago. My goal was the one thing that allowed me to hold on all this time.
And now that you've accomplished it...
But now, the bedtime story is finished. And it's finally time to rest.
Oh, I want to give you a big ol' hug. Rest in peace.
Looks like I was too late to see Kari Bear one last time.
Sister.
Kari Bear's consciousness is gone, and this space will soon disappear along with it. Neither of us belongs here. That's why we're not tangible. Were that not the case, I'd love to hug you too.
Aww. Just
Well,
everyone get hugs.
How about a conversation?
So much conversation, please.
The chance to just stop and talk like this is certainly not easy to come by. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah. I almost can't believe it's real.
That battle earlier was tough. The one against Dane, I mean.
Yeah, about that.
I didn't expect that after everything, he would still hesitate to raise his sword against me. Were it not for that, perhaps I'd still be no match for the Twilight Sword. Even after 500 years.
What are you planning exactly?
The Loom of Fate, huh? I still haven't found a way to utilize it to its full potential. But there's still time.
Or...
Before the heavenly principles awaken.
Oh, Lord. So that's what this has been all about. They're asleep.
Yes, for 500 years now, ever since the cataclysm in Conria. There's been no sign of activity. Not long ago, you witnessed the Hydro Archon destroy her divine throne. Yes?
It was certainly a bit ago.
Such a flagrant disregard for the rules, and still Celestia took no action. I suppose that's proof enough of the Heavenly Principles situation.
So when the Heavenly Principles attacked Conria all that time ago, she either got injured in some capacity that required her to sleep, or she used up all of her power. And so she went into a deep slumber.
However, the heavenly principles will awaken. We just don't know when that will be, or what might trigger it.
Yeah, you really hate the heavenly principles, don't you?
You could say that. Just look at Kari Bear. He was so pure and single-minded. The space we now find ourselves is a perfect representation of who he was. Quiet and peaceful. Even as a hilly churl, seeing the terrible sight within the mirror wasn't enough to taint his spirit. He brought comfort to the people of this world, even though he was denied the very right to be a part of it. So ask yourself this. Who was it that deprived him of that right to exist? Of course, that's only one example. My feelings about the heavenly principles are too complicated to explain in just a few words.
You know, I can imagine a lot more explicit words to utilize at this point in time.
Ether?
I mean,
You're the only one in this world who calls me that. There's so much I wanted to ask you, but for some reason, I'm not interested in asking those questions right now.
don't you do this, gosh darn developers. You're just gonna leave us teetering right now? We could ask so many questions of what's going on, but you're like, oh no, we're fine. We're fine, we'll just leave it at that.
There's just one thing I have to ask. One thing I could never understand. Why? Why can't we continue our journey together?
At the end of my journey, I arrived at a place known as the Sea of Flowers at the end.
Sea of Flowers at the end. Sounds like a name of a quest.
Do you remember? A long time ago, when we traveled between worlds together, you told me you wanted to find a place in the universe where that one flower was in full bloom. To have a place like that suddenly appear before me. Well, would you think of that as a coincidence?
You mean...
I miss you too, Ether. But as this war continues to rage, and as I continue to seek that final answer, I don't even know how to face myself sometimes, let alone my own brother.
What's going on?
This place.
This space has lost its tether. I doubt it'll be able to exist much longer.
Sorry, what was that? You're breaking up a little bit.
In fact, aside from our inability to physically interact with each other, there's something else you should know about this space. With Kari Bear gone, we won't be able to remember anything that happened here.
Boo! Boo!
Everything in this space will be wiped from existence, including all memory of our reunion.
Aww.
You're only telling me this now?
We need to upgrade our plan.
Still so sleepy. Paimon's head feels all fuzzy.
So, no different than usual then.
Oh, Paimon woke up a little earlier than you, so Paimon will fill you in. The villagers said that they saw us sleeping near the village yesterday. They couldn't wake us up no matter how hard they tried, so they decided to just bring us back here.
Oh, is that why my back is covered with scratches and bruises from all the rocks and the sticks?
Oh, and he was injured.
I can imagine that would be an understatement considering the fact of a mechanical piece was ripped out of him.
He didn't say anything, though. Just made sure that you were alright and left. Kinda seemed like he had a lot on his mind, but that's Dane for ya.
One day, Dane, you will be pullable. Yeah, I'm having trouble thinking straight right now.
Let's think for a second. We were in that memory, and we saw that guy you called Kari Bear. He was the missing villager that we've been trying to find, right? And after that, Paimon doesn't remember what happened.
Yeah, Caribert and I talked for a while. He told me about the Loom of Fate.
Really? What a score!
I guess our commission is complete then. The missing villager, the person who only exists in people's memories, was Caribert all along. But now that he's gone, I'm not sure how to explain things to the villagers. Or to the commission. You know.
Well, what happened after that?
I can't seem to remember. Maybe I'm just tired. I feel like something else happened, but why can't I remember? Oh, we all know why. Not sure why, but it almost feels like I lost something.
Ah, there you are. Sleep well?
No.
Bayram, you sure seem happy. Did something good happen?
Something good? Huh. Wasn't anything good or bad, I'd say. It's just that, well, the village organized another search party yesterday. It didn't feel right to leave all the searching to the adventurers. So there we were, searching away, when suddenly this one guy said it all came back to him. According to him, one day around dusk, he was passing by this one tree outside the village, and he saw our missing villager.
Ah.
There he was, sleeping under that tree all by himself. His parents came a little later to wake him up, and they all left together. They looked like quite a happy family, apparently.
You left the memory of him leaving the village.
And after that, well, we all started to feel like that really is what happened. Kind of strange that we forgot all about it for so long.
Yep. So that's how he said his goodbyes. That was the last memory he gave them.
Oh, and we also remembered his name. Kari Bear. Now, that's not a name you hear every day. Would have been helpful if we remembered it sooner.
It's a unique name. Make sure you remember it this time.
Well, I hope he's happy wherever he is. And we're all relieved now that we know what happened.
Seems like everyone thinks Kari Bear left the village. That's probably for the best. At least they have some sort of explanation now.
Yep, Carabear's gone, the Loom of Fate is now complete, and no one else will try to change the villagers' memories.
Paimon wonders how Atosa's doing. Maybe we should go check on her. If she hasn't remembered like everyone else, we can tell her what happened. Paimon didn't see her in the village just now, so she's probably at the tree. Come on, let's go talk to her.
Off we go then. I can imagine it would probably hit her the hardest. How are you holding up?
Hey, Atosa, how's it going?
I can imagine not great.
Oh, it's you two. I was just about to go looking for you. I wanted to thank you. I was part of the search party, so I remember what happened to Kari Bear now. Honestly, I just can't believe I forgot something so important.
Maybe he wanted you to forget him. I'm sure he wouldn't want you to forget him. Yeah.
It's funny, but I have this feeling he told me the same thing. I just can't seem to remember when.
And I think you two were there too.
I guess it doesn't really matter anyway. Life is made up of a series of memories. As long as I hold on to our time together, he'll always be a part of my life.
And he will. And also leaving a journal would also help as well.
I'm just happy I got to meet him. So, who cares what happens in the future, right?
You need a hug too.
Okay, I'll admit. I'm just putting on a brave face. I was dumped, wasn't I?
Oh, honey.
Otherwise, why would he just leave like that without saying goodbye?
He definitely had his reasons.
You don't need to comfort me. I'll be okay.
You will be,
It's just like Kari Bear said. It's the things we overcome that make life more precious. And you know, if he has a heart, maybe he'll come back and see me one day. Anyway, thanks for all your hard work, you two. I promised I'd help Granny Jahiet with something, so I should head back. Goodbye!
Well, that should be it, right? Everyone's lives can go back to normal now. Oh, right! Weren't you about to tell Paimon what happened after your conversation with Kari Bear?
Not really. Yeah, can't remember. Yeah, something in my pocket though.
A picture? Where'd that come from? Let Paimon see.
No, Paimon, you can't see. This is for my eyes only. You must get along with each other, the two of you. Oh. Okay, we sort of get a hug, sort of. Well, that's a lovely way to cliffhang there. All right. Well, that was a great quest, I will say. We got a little bit of a mystery there. We had a bit of a dungeon. We had a reunion. And then now we even have more questions. But now it looks like the Loom of Fate has been completed. So now only time will tell, what they're going to do, what the Abyss is going to do with that. Although, considering certain information that I have heard from the grapevine, something tells me I'm about to find out the new quest, story quest with Nadlin's new story quest. Well, we'll see about checking that out next time, alright? Hope you all enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you all next time. Bye!